Okay, so you've already set the idle ignition timing. You came down here, initial setup, ignition setup. You've already done all this. I had just put up a video of that one. You should, it's on YouTube. Now we're going to go back. So now you're going to set the idle air control. So to do that, you're going to come down to initial setup, idle setup, scroll down. Where it says all 0, when you bring it up, it'll come up normal, which is basically the throttle position sensor is in normal use. It's working, it's doing its job, it's sending information to the ECU and making changes and so on. We're going to disable it, kind of like unplug it right now. And the reason we're going to do that is we're going to make some changes to the throttle, basically here with the idle speed screw, and we don't want the computer to be picking up those changes and thinking you're trying to drive away and start applying fuel and ignition time and stuff like that. We want it to not know what we're doing right now. So we're going to come down here and click it all 0, click it in. And then what I suggest is back out of this, back again, go up to large gauge, and scroll all the way down here. Now I've already highlighted it, but there's IAC. Click it in. You would click over to highlight that, basically, and then click in to get to this part. And here you go. If you turn the key right now completely, fire the thing up, it's going to go into a high idle, and then it's going to start coming down, up, start bringing it down as this is counting down. And basically what we're looking for is between 3 and 10 is a magic number. So when it comes back finally down to the, I think it was 1,000 RPM idle that I have on this particular unit, it should sit there at about 3 to 10 and bounce in between there. If it sits there, I mean, I always like to be in the 4 to 6 range would be nice. That's ideal. If you're up in the 10, it might be a little too much, but you kind of get the idea. You just got to be in that range. So then you're like, okay, well, how do I know which way to go? Here you go. I have this little cheat thing here. So if it comes down and yours is on 0, basically right here. So if you see 0 here, your throttle body is open too much. The unit is not controlling. Basically, we have the screw turned in too much. The butterfly is open way too much. And because it's open so much, it's basically the idle air control valve, which is down underneath here, sucks air through this little hole. Can't control it. Can't regulate, basically. Can't help it out. I'm videoing. Sorry about the noise. Somebody just turned on something. But, if it's at 11 or higher, basically the throttle body is closed too much. So the unit is trying to open up the idle air control a lot to bypass air. So that kind of gives you an idea. So again, if you're down to the zeros, the throttle basically is open too much. In other words, the unit can't do anything. It's gone all the way down to 0, and the motor's still idling way too high, and it's trying to get to the target of 1,000 RPM, and it's sitting at 13 because basically the throttle is already open too much. If the idle drops down and it starts dropping below, and it's kind of hunting and going all over the place, and the numbers are way up high, that means you just have this closed way too much basically there, and it needs too much assistance. It's working too hard. The idle air control valve, which is down underneath, it's just working way too hard. Okay, so once you get that done, you got it sitting there idling. You've got your correct 3 to 10. It's floating around pretty nice. Everything's done. You can come back out of this. Go down initial setup. Go back into this. Come down here. And boop. And you're back to normal. I recommend turn your car off. Give it about 30 seconds to a minute. Fire it back up. Let it go into its high idle. Go back over here. Go into your large gauge. And watch your IAC and see if it comes back. Just verify it comes back to where you need it. Once that's done, you've got your ignition timing already phased in. And now you've got the IAC. The most important part, drive the car. Yes, go out and drive it. Let the auto tune start doing its job. If you have any problems with it from us, please give us a holler. We'll walk you through and help you out on it. You can visit fitechvdub.com or call us here at the shop, 714-639-4284. Have a beautiful day.